Hello and welcome to our place. We have a very special treat for you today. This is something we've been looking forward to for such a long time. Our first Regia Pairfect collection that we have designed in collaboration with Regia, and we're the only ones in the world who can do this technology because they've got a patent for that. Isn't that marvelous, Arne?
Absolutely.
It's amazing. Anyway, we wanted to explain to you how to knit two identical socks with Regia. And it's a very straightforward, very easy technology. And the result is always going to be two pairs that look exactly the same, as you can see here. You see, they look exactly the same.
And you don't have to think.
You don't have to think.
Just knit.
And this is a great thing for people that are new beginners, intermediate knitters that don't like knitting with more than one color, and even advanced knitters if you just want to do a project where you're just mechanically knitting a sock and you don't want to think about the pattern. The pattern is going to come up
We made it for
all
you.
by itself because we made it for you. So join us and learn how to knit two identical socks. Aren't you excited?
One at a time.
One at the same time.
We
Yeah.
don't do magic.
No.
Boring.
To knit two identical socks using the Regia technology, this is what you're going to do. You've got your ball of yarn, and as you already see, there's some yellow on this ball of yarn. The yellow thread is actually nothing that you knit with, but it is a marker. It shows you where to start. And they've even made it so easy for you that they've put this little thing that says easy start with a finger pointing at it. It means that you take that and that's where you start. So what you do is you pull out the yellow thread or the thread from inside the ball of yarn. You keep pulling. There's quite a lot of that here, apparently. Ooh, here it is. We've pulled out the thread, and this is where we cut it, basically. So we don't need this. It's just a marker. So can you please? The scissors behind you.
So I cut. Okay, varför du?
So
Give it to me.
you've cut the yellow, and now you cast on
So I cast on.
the stitches that you need to knit the sock. And we are actually, because the Regia technology only works with a sock from the top down, you're going to cast on the 64 stitches, 16 on each needle, and then you're going to knit and purl the rib.
So I cast on 16 on each. And then we just do the rib.
Yeah.
One knit and one purl.
Cast
I cast
on.
on and we start the rib, and then we'll
Explain further the technology.
see when we're up to when we finish the rib. Okay.
Okay, so we've done the ribbing, and the thing with Perfect is that it even tells you when you have the ribbing done. And in this case, it's because we have the light blue color, and here you see I've got 2 stitches left on my needle, and as you can see now, the blue is becoming red. So what I'll do is I'll just knit these two. Let's see, this one is a purl. This is a purl. And then a knit. Sorry. And because the color changed, it's now time to start knitting the sock.
If you want, you can do the rib with one needle and then change to a bigger, one size bigger for the sock. But you don't have to. This looks good anyway.
Yeah. So basically you start the stockinette in the change of color and you just keep knitting. Okay, so we fast forward and now we are more or less here. Knitting the stockinette, this is all being coming out by itself. We haven't done anything other than knitted and knitted and knitted on the round. So basically, as you can see, there's time for a new color change and it's going back to blue. And this means that we get to knit the heel now. So you start knitting the heel, and it's going to be a short row heel that we're going to show you in another episode. Now we're just explaining the technology of Perfect. So the heel will be separately. But anyway, you knit a short row heel, and after that you start shaping your foot. So let's come back in a minute when we've done that. So here we are. We've actually done quite a bit after the heel. Here's the heel and the foot. And this is where Pairfect is so clever. You see, the top down means that when you start from the top and you knit to the heel, this is always going to be the same size regardless of your foot size. And after you do the heel, which is in the blue color, then you start doing your foot. And for your foot, you can stop wherever you need to stop depending on your size. So it's pretty brilliant the way it is. So you just keep knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting until, yeah, you see that, oh, okay, this is my size. And then you start decreasing. You decrease on both sides. Arne will show you that quickly.
So you have to decrease, like, so you get the decreasing on the correct side according to the foot or the heel. So the decreasing will be on this side and on this side because the heel is pointing in this direction. And we just knit. We end this needle with knit 2 together and 1 and knit 1. So knit 2 together, knit 1. Then on the next needle we start with knit 1 and we knit 2 together. And then we knit the rest of the needle, and then we do the same on the 2 next needles. Easy. And then you decrease on every second round.
So here is the ready-made sock. Basically, as you can see, this is a really large foot. And it's definitely not my size, it's the biggest men's size.
Someone else's foot.
It's someone else's foot, yeah, exactly. But anyway, if it would have been my size, I would have probably started increasing or decreasing around here, and it would have been knitted until more or less there. So you see, that's the really cool thing. If your foot is smaller, the toe is going to be, the solid blue color of your toe is going to be smaller. If you have a bigger foot, then this is going to be longer. So basically, we've finished our first sock. I've sewn in the toe and I've cut the yarn. And this is the ball that I was knitting with. And as you can see, there is a little bit left over of the blue yarn. And that doesn't really matter. What you do now is you pull, and you pull, and you pull, and pull. Yeah.
And you can pull forever.
You can pull forever and ever. But at one point,
Depends on how big your
depending on the size of your foot, but eventually, there should be some yellow coming here, and the yellow marks the beginning. Wow.
You complain
There!
about the big foot on the first
There,
one.
you see? I pulled it out and suddenly I didn't even see the yellow. So you see the yellow is there, so if you do me the honors of cutting that.
I had to cut it on the same place.
No, because that's not the same, that's the end. That's the end of the old sock.
Yeah. Oh.
So it doesn't matter. So you see here on the floor, we've got the end of the old sock.
That's not nice, the way you do it.
Well, but it's, well, you might want to recycle this into a Barbie sweater or something.
I will.
But I want to knit a second sock, as it's supposed to be two. So you see here, we've got the yellow thread, and then once you start pulling again, we are going to get...
And you get yellow for your Barbie sweater.
We're going to get blue. Should be coming up any minute now. There it is. And this is the second sock. So you take it, you cut it, and now we can knit sock number 2. Doing it exactly the same way, casting on 64 stitches, knitting the rib down. When the color changes,
I want it looking the same, so I measure again.
good. So when the color
95.
changes, you do the stockinette again, the short row heel, the foot, finish the foot, and you'll have 2 identical pairs. Don't worry about the tension. Don't worry about anything. This is all very engineered, very high tech. I mean, we're living in 2016 now.
Come on.
So come on. I mean, the machines have thought about this for you. There's no need to worry. You will get to identical socks no matter what you do, as long as you cut the yellow thread. Remember that. The yellow thread has nothing to do with the sock. It's just a marker to show you where you stop and where you start. So on that note, we've got loads of socks on our way. As you can see, it's been we've prepared many. We've also got a great line of colors coming up. And unfortunately, we don't have all the colors here, but here's a picture for you so that you can see the different socks that we've done. And yeah, we're very excited about Pairfect. Hopefully we'll do more if this is a success.
I have to fix this because this can be used for something.
Well, yeah, but that's the part of the toe that you didn't need.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, this is Pairfect technology. I hope this made sense. We
And
thought,
it's so easy.
yeah,
Actually, they look good.
yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're thinking.
Well, there are designs,
They're
obviously.
amazing.
They're amazing because we designed them ourselves. And they're going to be amazing because you are going to be able to knit this no problem. So I hope you'll enjoy it.
And we do the short row heel on the next episode.
And the next time you're going to
next
come, we're going to show you how to do the short row heel that you need to do for this pattern. And we're posting a pattern. The Pairfect pattern is posted already on our website. So you can just go in there and get it off of there. Go get your Pairfect yarn and start knitting 2 identical socks. Thank you.
You're welcome.